So I've actually been accused of being a Euro nympher, but it's not true. I've never actually done it before today. Let me explain. Basically, I consider Euro nymphing following all the guidelines from FIPS, the governing body over all the competition fly fishing. And I've never stayed within those guidelines because I never intended to actually compete until now. I've had this bug in the back of my head for a long, long time. And I thought, that's not for me, but I want to actually give it a shot. So I picked up an actual Euro taper rod. This is an Echo Shadow X. I've got a comp legal leader, and I'm going to fish comp legal flies. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can do this. So the two biggest adjustments for me is going to be the length of my leader. I've always fished a mono rig, which I basically considered like my fly line. It's a heavier 20-pound leader, and I've kept it at like 36 feet, so my fly line never would come out of the guides. However, in competition fishing, your leader can't be more than twice the length of your rod. So in this case, I've got a 10.5-foot rod, and so my leader cannot be more than 21 feet. And so to get around that, you actually need to have a competition flyer or a Euro nymphing comp legal fly line, which is basically like a piece of braid. It's really thin. It's the 0.022 inches, I believe, is the requirement for that. And then the other biggest adjustment is if I ever had trouble getting down, rather than, go to an oversized bead or, just basically go into a bigger fly, I would add split shot. And can't do that anymore. You cannot add anything to the fly line or to your leader that isn't a fly. So I have to either I basically need to have an assortment of the same size fly with different size beads so I can get down where needed. And then the third big thing that I do a lot is fishing an indicator. You're not allowed to do that. Like I said, you can't attach anything that floats the line or sinks the line other than flies. So if I want it to float, then I need to use a dry fly. And those are the three biggest adjustments for me that I'm going to have to make. Said I'm rigged up with two flies right now. I have a blowtorch and hare's ear body, and then I have a Quilldigon, size 14 and size 16 on 6X tippet. Flies are about 18-20 inches apart. And I feel like I'm doing pretty good. It's really windy right now. I'm doing pretty good as far as sink rates, making contact at a good time. And some other things I'm thinking about is just, staying efficient with my fishing. No wasted movement or time. Make sure everything I need is where I need it. And I don't have to go fishing around for it in my bag. Everything's organized. I've made an adjustment to my net. I've added a magnet so it doesn't flop around. So I have that problem when I wade deep, it'll flop, it'll get stuck in the current. This one. Sweet. Got him on the blowtorch. Sweet. Okay, I've re-rigged. I added some more tippet. and I took the point fly off. It was kind of falling apart, and I put on a heavier patch rubber legs. It's got a 4mm bead on it. Yeah. And for the last 20 inches of tippet, I'm at 7x now. So I've got 6x at the top, 7 on the bottom. Set a fish rise less than a rod length away from me. Come on, that had to have been a fish. Okay, just put a bird's nest on the point, which isn't going to sink quite as fast. 3mm bead. But maybe if they're chasing stuff up to the surface, something that looks like it's emerging, it'd be better. There was a bite. That was right at the beginning of the drift too. Wasn't expecting it there. Bunch of P&Ds coming off. Seen some caddis. Some good ones. They're like size 14, 12 dry flies. Oh, that was a bite. Dang it. I think I should be able to pull a fish out of this. We'll see. Last time, that was a bite. Last time in that pool, I got several, and I only got one bite and lost it. Oh, that was a fish. What the heck? Man, I am having the hardest time connecting with these guys. That one felt a little heavier too. Good grief. Walked ways downriver. Target some different water. Some more riffly stuff with undercut banks coming up. Oh, there's one. Sweet. It was over in that faster water. Of course. I'll keep them upstream of me. Oh, that was a big mayfly just flew by me. Alright, that's a nice fish. Sweet. Okay. Well, funny story. I left my GoPro back at the last hole about a half mile back. So I left all my gear kind of hidden, jogged back, and boy, am I out of shape. Ooh. I used to be able to run an ultra marathon. Now I can barely run like 4/10 of a mile. Oh yeah. I shouldn't have hooked that fish. Basically, I had like no contact with my flies. I'm trying to get him out of the main current, keep him above me. Sweet. I think that one was a little better than my last one. Sweet. I'm not doing so good with this magnet system. I keep forgetting to tie it on or clip it on. I come down here, try to get the bottom part, and then I'll go back up where I was. There's one. Yes. This has been a productive spot. It's my third fish. Oh. Dang. Spit the hook and into a tree it goes. Dang. Good drift right there. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a stick. Good hook set on that stick bass. I might need to go back to that Waltz worm just for the weight. Not quite getting down hard enough. Let's try this a few more minutes. That Waltz worm back on the point, just because that combo seems to be what was working, at least in the other spot. And it could be the fish aren't feeding in this section, but the water seems similar. Back here is super tough. Lots of glare. It's a lot darker than it looks, I think. Oh, that's a fish. Hopefully I can... That's a decent fish. Got him. Nice. Oh, just barely had him with the Frenchie. There's another one. Little one though. What do you know? The Frenchie. Alright, the Frenchie continues up on the tag, so I swapped the point out, put the blowtorch on there. And here's ear one. Because I normally would put a peacock one on, but I just dropped my last one in the river. Oh, there's one. It's a little one. Came off. Oh, hello. Where's my nut clipped in? Oh, got a blowtorch fish. Sweet. Somebody just crushed my flies. I don't know what it was. Well, obviously it was a fish, but... Now I'm back on the other side where I caught those nice fish earlier. There's some seams I couldn't reach, so let's see if I can get to them from this side. There's one. Oh yeah, stay on. Stay on. Come on. Oh yeah. Come on, quit jumping. Sick. Perfect fish to end this on. Got the Quilldigon.
Starting with a little off the top from the corner store.
Alright, I'm going to end it right there. Appreciate you guys watching. If you want to pick up any of the flies I used today, they're all available in the shop at driftstone.co. They're all hand-tied by me. And if you want to go into more depth about what this trip entailed, more details about my Euro rig, because I'm going to go into way more detail about all that, there's going to be a companion video called a recap that'll be available to channel members and Patreons. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the water next time. Godspeed.
I'll build you a house with my own two hands, and then burn it to the ground as quick as I can. As quick as I can. As quick as I can.